chances are if you're watching this, you're probably self-indulgent. Now, you might say to yourself, Didi, how could you say such a thing? Surely it's not me. But I say, yes, it is, and it's me too. A lot of us are self-indulgent. How many times have you said this before?
Why has this happened to me? Or you felt bad after a minor inconvenience.
These are signs of what I like to call MCS, also known as mid character syndrome. Now, it's normal because we always think that we're the main character in our stories, but never a side character in somebody else's. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about main character syndrome and why it's prevalent in the fashion industry. So make sure you leave a like and you subscribe. Now, I was scrolling through TikTok one day, as one normally does with the whole doom scrolling thing. I'm working on it. And this girl on TikTok was talking about Vibes Cartel concert. Now, mind you, this concert's in the big city of Toronto. And she complains about how a lot of people have the same ideas of an outfit that she had when she went there. And like everybody was pretty much clones almost. Now, this is a prime example of main character syndrome. Because how could you possibly think that in a city of over 2 million people that somebody might not have the same idea as you? Especially because in a major city, trends definitely reign supreme over everybody. And most people tend not to be stylish, they tend to be fashionable, which are two separate things. This is why trends exist. This is why people follow trends, because usually there is one setter of a trend and then everybody follows it. And you see this a lot because of social media, because of living in a big city, and because of celebrity culture as well. Also, celebrities usually take from other celebrities or they take from smaller tastemakers and then portray as though they started the trend when they didn't. So, yo, as most of you guys know, I'm a Christian, and one of the passages of scriptures I find important to this video, and it basically talks about men becoming lovers of themselves. So, this is 2 Timothy 3 and 2. And you can see that in today's society, a lot of people are self absorbed, self centered, and everything is about the self. And there's a difference between being selfish, self absorbed, or in another word, self aware. So, according to Dr. Margaret, who is a psychologist, a lot of times you can use things interchangeably, but they're separate. So, as far as terminology goes, self absorption and self centeredness seem to be fairly interchangeable. So, a lot of times it's interchangeable. However, there's a difference between self centeredness, selfishness, and self awareness. So, the main difference between being self centered or selfish is if you're self centered, you might start off the conversation with somebody else and then it always circles back to you, right? Where someone's selfish, they're only about themselves, they don't care about your story, anyways, or what you have going on. And with social media, it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to become self centered and to only make the show about you. This is why we have influencers. That's why you have Get Ready With Me. This is why you have fashion YouTube hauls and overconsumption. And even my channel at times, you could see there is a nugget of being self-centered a little bit. And I find, because my culture is Jamaican, the West tends to be more individualistic. And in some aspects it's good, and other aspects it's not. Now, an example I have is called gatekeeping. Now, it's not necessarily the worst thing in theory, but people take it a little bit far at times. But I think it's important in fashion. The reason why I would say this is because it protects subcultures and other cultures to get rid of the vultures who trying to capitalize off of them and sell it to the masses. But if you notice, a lot of people get upset on comment sections when people don't tell them, oh, like, where did you get this from? Where did you get that from? What does this mean? And what does that mean from people's cultures? You shouldn't necessarily do that. You shouldn't expect people to share their culture with you because they have to, or you're obligated because you want it. No, you get to put in the work to try to understand people's cultures and subcultures, and then you can join it and then add something to their experience. It's supposed to be a shared experience, but a lot of times people just want to take and not give anything.
Because it's almost like an entitlement. Like, how dare you exclude me from this experience or from your aesthetic?
Because you're just using it as an aesthetic. Is that you actually care about the culture, or you just care about using it for views, or using it to make yourself look more fashionable? Even when you put on your fit, when you wake up in the morning or afternoon or whenever you wake up, who are you doing it for? Ask yourself these questions. Who are you doing it for? Now, I get you want to impress your family and you want to impress your friends or look presentable to the world, as you should. You don't want to be out here looking busty and dusty. But sometimes people take it too far where they think that all eyes will be on them when they're not a celebrity or when they're not of major importance or a diplomat or whatever the case may be. Because understanding that the world doesn't revolve around you and that other people have their own stuff going on and the world keeps spinning keeps you grounded, keeps you humble, and it keeps you aware that you should probably give more than what you take. This is why we have this conversation on Twitter, and I'll post it, where people are talking about SGA and how he said that he's not an outfit repeater, as if anybody really cares. But for him, it matters because he is a basketball player and a celebrity. But most people have the same mentality that they shouldn't repeat an outfit, that they can't wear the same clothes in the same week or something like that. But as if anybody cares, like, people don't really think, unless if it's a statement piece, like you have like bright yellow shoes or like a crazy feather jacket. No one's gonna care that much or say like, didn't you wear that yesterday? If they did, then they're a snob. And I don't think most people will remember the exact fit that you wore before. And even if they do, who cares? Because at the end of the day, they don't pay your bills. They don't know what your financial situation is going on. And we're not celebrities or high profile people who have extensive closets or have disposable income to just shell out on clothes. And this also boils back to overconsumption, consumerism, and capitalism, and how it has a plague on our mind that we have to keep up with the Joneses and get the newest gear all the time. And everybody falls victim to it once you get into the fashion world. And I've been a victim to it, and then I had to unlearn that bad behavior because at the end of the day, I'm a good person, or I would like to say I'm a decent person, and I give to my community, but I don't have all the money in the world right now. And even if I did, I don't need to spend it all on frivolous things. Because if you look at a lot of people back in the day, although the quality of clothes have gone down, back in the day, you can get like a nice leather jacket and you can pass it down to generations. Like, I have some stuff from my dad and my uncle in my closet right now because back then they made a good outfit or a good piece. You could pass it down to future generations and the quality of the clothes was better. And that's how it should be. We should be able to recycle clothes. We should be able to repeat outfits. If it's a good outfit, if you like pasta or a specific type of pasta, say you like gnocchi, you're not gonna just make it one time and that's it. If you like patties, you're not gonna eat it one time and that's it. If you have a favorite movie you watch, you're gonna watch it over and over again. Sometimes you'll be able to repeat the lines. You're not gonna listen to your favorite album just once. It's okay to repeat outfits, and it's normal. But because you might suffer from MCS, you think I have to appease and there's an audience and this, that, and the third. Unless if you're in this fashion space as far as like content or you're a celebrity, you don't need to do it. And even if you are, who cares? We should be preaching people to recycle and use things on a regular occasion. So ask yourself this question: do I suffer from MCS? Do I really think that I am the grand poobah? Do I think I'm that guy? Now, there's nothing wrong with looking presentable and having confidence in yourself. I'm not here to humble people and make sure you stay low. But my point of this video is to make sure that you esteem others more than yourself. that you don't feel that you are the main person running the show, and that you should look at other people the way that you look at yourself. So with that said, make sure you comment down below your favorite item from your wardrobe right now. And this has been your boy Darius D, and I'm signing off once again. Y'all stay suave, live long, and prosper. You feel me?